Once upon a time, in the life of Ijawele, a successful fashion designer, married to Obinna for 3 years. They also had a son named Chibike. Obinna is a successful businessman, charming but harboring a dark secret. One day, as Ijawele was walking in their apartment, Obinna enters, looking worried. He told Ijawele that he had something to tell her. Ijawele looked at him and asked him, "Hope all is well. Is everything alright, my love? You look like you swallowed a soured mango." The husband said to her, "My mother, she is not well. I need to take you to the village." Ijawele looked surprised and shocked. They have been married for 3 years, but Obinna, her husband, never talked about his village. He kept his village life distant. Ijawele asked him, "The village? But you said you are having issues with your family, that they betrayed you." Obinna with defense replied her, "It is important, Ije. Please." Ijawele, not comfortable with the sudden change of attitude from her husband, called her sister and told her everything. Her sister advised her to go. After all, she have not seen his mother-in-law before. She should go and keep her updated. The next day, they traveled to the village. On getting down from the car, Ijawele was so nervous, as this is the first time she's visiting her in-laws. Obinna said to her, "Welcome to Umofia. Ijawele, my wife. This is my home." The brothers' wives came outside to greet and welcome them, but they only greeted Obinna and ignored Ijawele, which makes Ijawele surprised. She kept on the face. She managed to give a weak smile and said to Obinna, "It is different from what I expected." Obinna assured her, "I know, but trust me, they will warm up to you. Just give them some time." When they entered the house, Obinna told Ijawele that his mother is not well. It is important for her to see them. She followed Obinna, hoping for the best. As they approached the house Obinna's mother is staying, in the center of the room, his mother, an elderly woman, lies on the mat. Her eyes are closed, her breathing shallow. Obinna told his mother that they are back and he brought Ijawele and their son with him. Obinna's mother opened her weak eyes. She stares at Ijawele for a long moment, her gaze both assessing and unwelcoming. Obinna told his mother that Ijawele is greeting. The mother started to speak in a tone that Ijawele do not understand, which Obinna interpreted and told Ijawele that his mother said, "Welcome, daughter-in-law." Ijawele felt somehow the greeting feel forced, and Obinna's mother's gaze lingers on Ijawele's designer clothing, a silent judgment in her eyes. She replied, "Thank you." Obinna told his mother, "We bought you something, Mama." He reaches into his bag and pulls out a selection of city bought gifts, a colorful scarf, a package of expensive cookies, and a bottle of cough syrup. Mama's eyes flickers momentarily to the items, but she shows no interest. Ijawele feels unwelcomed by the atmosphere. This is not the warm welcome she expected. She told Obinna, "Maybe I should give you some space." Obinna rejected and said, "No, stay. Mama will like that." Obinna places a hand on her shoulder. He's touched first. He glances nervously at his mother, who continues to stare at Ijawele with an intensity that makes her skin crawl. Ijawele tried to distract herself by examining the room. A collection of wooden carving adorns a shelf, each one representing a scene from a village life. An old calendar also hung on the wall. Suddenly, a loud sound breaks the silence. Obinna's mother gasping for breath, holding her chest, her face contoured in pain. Obinna moved closer to her. He became very worried. He started to shout, Mama, Mama, what is wrong? Ijawele washes helplessly, feeling useless amidst family drama. The warmth and the familiarity she imagined with Obinna's family feels miles away. Instead, she finds herself in a tense, unfamiliar space, a stranger in a strange land. Ijawele decided to step out of the compound the next day and get some fresh breeze. She bumped into some women on her way. She said to them, This place is beautiful, but it feels different. The first woman said to her, You must be the city wife. Tawile was surprised. She asked, City wife? The second woman said to her, lowering her voice, Obinna has already have a wife here, a former. Ijawile's words shatter. Instantly, she asked, A wife? But we have been married for 3 years. The first woman said to her, Tradition allows a man to have many wives here, especially if they only bear daughters like Ifoma. City wife, you are brave to have come here. Ijawele, still shocked, replied to her, I came to support Obinna, my husband. He said it is important. The first woman continued, He needs all the support he can get now. It is a difficult time for him and the family. I hope he told you about the traditions before bringing you down here. What tradition? Ijawele asked them. The first woman replied her, An old ritual that must be performed for the sake of the family. A ritual that some believe bring more harm than good. Ijawele's heart started to beat so fast. What kind of ritual could be so harmful? She remembers the tension in the house with Mama, the first welcome, the unsettling feeling that something was amiss. She asked them again, What ritual? The two women looked nervous. They seemed hesitant to speak further. One of them said to her, This is not a conversation for open ears, my dear, but trust me, some traditions need to be questioned. They shouldn't come at the cost of a woman's life. Ijawele mind races a woman's life. She longs to know more, to understand the darkness surrounding this seemingly peaceful village. She asked them to explain further. The women said to her, Please be careful or leave this village. Some secrets are best left behind, or better still, buried. The women fell silent as Obinna approaches them. Obinna said to Ijawele, What are you doing here? Come inside. You have been summoned. Ijawele, on entering inside, faces Obinna. She confronts him. You lied to me. You have another wife. Obinna avoids her gaze. He said, It is not that simple, Ije. It is tradition. Ijawele shouted at him. Tradition? You lied about such a fundamental part of our marriage. Her anger increased. The betrayal is much for me to bear. 3 years together, and you kept this secret. How much else have you hidden from me? And this tradition, what is it exactly? Why are the women gossiping about it? Obina hesitates. He's afraid how Ijawele will react. He finally said, "It is a ritual, something that needs to be done for my mother." Ijawele asked him, "A ritual? What kind of ritual?" "It involves the first son. He has to perform a certain rites to appease the ancestors." Ijawele's confusion deepens. What does this firstborn son have to do with your mother? She presses further, her needs for answer growing stronger. Firstborn son? What does that even mean? Obinna hides the truth and said that tradition allows a man to have additional wives, especially if the first one bear only daughters. Ijawele asked him, "Daughter, so you have another wife and children?" Obinna replied to her, "Yes, a wife named Ifoma and my 4 daughters." Ijawele felt suffocating. 4 daughters, 3 years of marriage. With you, you are building another family all along? Anger and betrayal simmer within her. You kept this woman, these children, a secret from me for 3 good years? Obinna replied to her, "I was afraid you wouldn't understand. Tradition is strong here. Ijawele, my mother needs this ritual. If I don't, if I don't fulfill it, I will lose everything. My inheritance, my place in this village." Inheritance? This isn't about your inheritance, Obinna. This is about another woman, your children, and a life you built without me knowing. Ijawele started to cry so badly. The man she loved, the man she built a future with, was a stranger entangled in a web of lies and tradition. She didn't understand what the ritual is all about. She has not gotten the answers to her question. Can't the ritual be done without hurting people? Obinna reaches out to her, but Ijawele pulls away. Her trust shattered. She turned away from Obinna and walked away. Days later, Obinna's mother passed away. The village mourns, but a chilling truth emerges. The barbaric ritual. Obinna informs Ijawele of the horrifying tradition in front of the whole family. "Ijawele, there is something you must know. Mama's spirit won't rest until the firstborn son performs the final rites. But there is more." Ijawele fumes. More? What more? "You have to appease the ancestors." Ijawele became more confused. She asked him, "What more? Can you just go straight to the point?" Obinna continued, "Yes, you have to sleep with my brothers, all 3 of them in one night." Ijawele couldn't believe her eyes. "This can't be real. Sleep with what? Are you insane, Obinna?" Obinna said to her, "It is tradition, Ijawele. Try and understand. To appease the ancestors and ensure a peaceful passage." Ijawele shouted, "That is barbaric. You can't force me to do that. I am not from this village." Obinna said to her, "It's not for me, Ijawele. They can force you to do it if you refuse. And there is more." Obinna reveals the final horrifying part. To truly appease the spirit, you must sacrifice our first son, Chibike. Ijawele horrified. Sacrifice what son? You can't be serious. My only child. You must be insane, Obina. What nonsense is coming out of your mouth? Obina said to her, it is the only way, Ijawele. Ijawele became afraid, angry at the same time. The tradition is monstrous, but what can she do? She's trapped in the village, far from life or any help. Because of Ijawele's refusal, they took her son away from her and seized her phones, and they locked her up in one room. She will stay there until she make up her mind to do the ritual. Ijawele pleaded, but to no avail. Even Obinna claimed his hand is tied. He can't help or do anything, saying he's helpless. One day, one of Obinna's brother's wife bring food for Ijawele in the room. She was locked up. Ijawele begged her to let her escape. You are a fellow woman like me. Please help me. Okay, if you know you cannot help me, just one phone call. That's all I need. The woman, out of pity, told her to do the pre-burial rites. Sleep with your husband's brothers if you want to stay alive. The pre-burial rites for sleeping with the husband's brother is the next day. If you do not do this, Ijawele, you will die. It has a lot of consequences. I advise you to sleep with the husband's brother. She further told her, look, Ijawele, I will help you, but you have to do the remaining on your own. If you are able to escape from here, there is a place I will put a phone for you. She explained the place that she's going to put the phone for Ijawele and told her to go there, make use of the phone and put it back there. That she should not expose her for helping her. Please, oh. The next day, Ijawele had no option. She allowed the three men, the three brothers, to sleep with her one after the other. After that, they still lock her up. As Obinna's family prepare for the ritual, Ijawele said to herself, I have to get help. She remembers Uju, her best friend, a tech guru back in the days in the city. She used a hidden hairpin to open a safe, revealing a splash of old coins. She has also used a hairpin to open doors and escape at night as girls growing up. As Ijawele remembered this, she used the same method with the pin on her hair and escaped from the room. She went straight to where the woman who served her food told her she would keep a phone for her. She was able to find the phone and she called her sister immediately. It is me, Ijawele. Her sister surprised that she's using another number and the time of the night she's calling. What is wrong? Ijawele, why are you calling me from a different number? Ijawele was sobbing so badly. She said, you know I'm no Obinna's village. See, I have to be fast. Just listen very well. Obinna has another wife and 4 other children. That is not all. The mother died recently and they are forcing me to sleep with his brothers. That one is not the problem. I've done that. Now, my son's life is in danger. They want to sacrifice my only child. The sister shocked. What? Ijawele, they want to do what? Ijawele explained the horrifying tradition. Her voice thick with emotions. Her sister listening so carefully. She said to her, this is barbaric. We need to get you out of there fast. I'm on my way. Back in the city, Ijawele's sister took action immediately. She gathered evidence, contacting NGOs specifying in women's rights and cultural abuse. She also called the police outlining the illegal aspects of the ritual and telling them it is a matter of life and death. A woman is being forced to do the unthinkable. She also called their brothers to join her. Back at Obina's village, they noticed that Ijawele escaped from the room. Obina and his brothers became furious. Their father confronts them. You let this city woman escape? You all have dishonored the family. Obina replied to the father, she doesn't understand our tradition. One of the brothers said to him, you are weak, Obina. We will handle this. She wouldn't have gone far. We will trace her. They later caught Ijawele and she was put back inside the room. Then the next day is the main burial. The D-Day has arrived. As the burial rites were carried out, Obina's three brothers plus him stand guard, their eyes is beaming with mix of entitlement. Suddenly, a commotion started outside the house. Noise and shouts and police siren. Obina asked, what is happening outside? The brothers rushed out, meeting Ijawele's sister and her brothers with the police. Ijawele's sister said to them, this barbaric ritual must stop now. Obina's father asked her, what is the meaning of this? One of the police officers replied to him, we have received reports of a potential crime. You all are under arrest for forced sexual assault and child endangerment. The brothers and Obina speechless. They couldn't even talk. They were taken away by the police. The women there started to protest. They all gathered at the village square. They said to the chief, tradition shouldn't enslave women. We have to fight back together. The chief tried to calm them down. One of the women interrupted him. Tradition is not stagnant. It can evolve. We can honor our ancestors without following outdated customs that cost pain. A heated argument started in the village square. The chief, however, remained dormant, still talking. Are you questioning the wisdom of our ancestors? We have always followed this path. One of the women asked him, and now for how long? How long have our daughters suffered in silence? Tradition cannot be an excuse to penetrate evil. We must find a better way. Another woman supported her. She said, she is right. There has to be another way to honor your mother without sacrificing our son or subjecting women to the barbaric tradition. Others joined the chorus, voice rising upon each other. The chief, for the first time, lost strength to talk. The commotion attracts an elder, an old woman who rarely participates in the village affairs. She observed the scene, then approaches the chief. She said to him, maybe it is time we revisit the past. She led them to a hidden chamber within the village, revealing a dusty scroll adorned with ancient symbol. She opened it. She said, this is the original decree from our ancestors regarding burial rites. It speaks of honoring the deceased and ensuring a peaceful transition. But there is no mention of human sacrifice. The old woman explained that the practice likely originated much later. The villagers stare at the scroll, a newfound understanding dawning on their faces. Later, a village meeting is held and the tradition was abolished. Ijawele and her son, with her sister, left the village. Though shaken by the ordeal, but she got justice by saving her son. Even though it left a mark on Ijawele, but she learned the importance of questioning one's tradition before making commitment. Want more captivating stories that explore social issues and inspire change? Hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy this epic story, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who might appreciate this story, share with them. Let us know what you learned from this story in the comment section.